Hey guys, it's Brandon from Electric Marketing, and today I'm going to walk you through how to do SEO for your WordPress site on Yoast. So ultimately what we're trying to change is the SEO title and the SEO meta description here, making sure that your keywords are properly represented throughout your site. First I'm going to start with an overview of Yoast and some of the options that it gives you in the plugin, and then we'll go into actually doing a product and a page. So once you get the plugin installed and you click on Yoast SEO here, and you go to General, this will just be where you get your notifications or any serious SEO problems that you have. And if you click on Features, this will walk you through all the different features that it gives you. You're going to want to leave all these on, but SEO analysis gives you like a score for your SEO. Readability analysis is how readable your content is. Cornerstone Content is if you want to signify something is super important to the search engines. Text link counter is how many links you have within your text. Insights just gives you like overall suggestions for changes, and so on. If you're confused about anything, just click question mark and it'll tell you. Then Webmaster Tools is where you're going to enter your verification code, and you can get that by just clicking here and it'll take you to Google Search Console and give it to you. Copy and paste it here, save changes, simple as that. Next, search appearance. So go to search appearance general. This is what your home page and front page is going to look like. So I actually change all the pages and products manually, so this doesn't really matter for me, but if you wanted to do it automatically, you would choose a specific title separator here, and you'd put in your company name as well, so that way when you go through and optimize your content types, you can have it do it automatically. So right now, the SEO title is the title, the page, the separator, which is sort of that up and down line like that, and then the site title. And then the meta description is automatically pulled from the content. I obviously go through and change all of these manually, because that's how you're going to get the best SEO results, is if you change it for each page and for each product. But if you want, you can do it here as well with the pages and the products. And so it'll automatically fill in the information from those particular pages and products. You can also do it for media, your videos, for example, and any of your attachment URLs. Same for categories, tags, all of that. But it's pretty self-explanatory. This is the SEO title and this is the meta description, and you just modify it right here. And this is ultimately what is going to show up here. So meta description, SEO title. Sorry, SEO title. And to enter a snippet variable, all you do is that, and you choose which one you want. Once you're done, save it. Pretty straightforward. An RSS, always say an extra S, is for automatically pulling content into like a blog feed, for example. Now if you click Search Console here, go to Settings, you can actually set up your Search Console and have it pull data into here. I haven't really found this super useful. If I want to do anything with Search Console, I just go to Google Search Console. Next is social. Put in all your social profiles here, and then you can sort of change how they show up in Facebook, for example. And you can upload an image that shows up, but there's no images that are in the poster page that is being shared. Tools, super important. You're going to want to use your bulk editor all the time. This makes it way easier than going into each page and product. And I'll show you how to use this a little bit closer towards the end of the video, but bulk editor is super important. Here you can change files for your SEO, like your robots.txt, which is what the search engines are actually indexing. And if you want to import settings from other SEO plugins or export your settings for use on another blog, you just do that there. Premium will take you to all the different kinds of Yoast there is. This is like the most advanced Yoast. But there's like local SEO Yoast and so on. So depending on your business and your needs, you might want to choose a different one of those. And I'll walk you through what the differences are. So local SEO is obviously for local businesses. Video SEO is if you want your videos to start showing up better in Google. News SEO, self-explanatory. And WooCommerce is for, excuse me, Google Shopping. Yoast also provides courses if you want to do any of them. This will basically train you on how to do some of the SEO stuff. Now, redirects is super important if you're changing the URL structure of any of your content. You're going to put your old URL here, in your new URL here, and you just add the redirect, and you choose which one it is. Typically, it's going to be a 301 move permanently. I don't think you'd have much issues doing this otherwise. If you are deleting content, you should put in a 410 though. Although typically I would not recommend deleting content unless you know it's really not performing well. Next, we're going to go back to the bulk editor, and this is how you're actually going to be changing your product and page titles and meta descriptions. So it'll show me all 81 pages and products I have published. It'll tell me if it's a product or a page. It'll also tell me if it's published, publication date, the URL slug, so you can make sure that your URL slug includes what you want it to. So we have cake here, then we have cake here. And then if you look at the meta description, it should have cake as well, which it does, birthday cake. So this is how you can just quickly edit your titles and descriptions, and you just save once you're done. You just scroll through and knock out all of these, and make sure that the page title, the URL slug, the Yoast SEO title, and the meta description all have that like particular keyword or keywords that you're trying to rank that page for. Now, if you want to get really detailed with it, and this is typically what I do, at least the first time around, is to actually go into the page itself and scroll to the bottom, and you'll see Yoast SEO Premium. Now you can change the titles and the meta descriptions within here. It'll give you a readability analysis, so the actual content on the page is great. And then you have focus key phrases. So FAQs and questions is one of them. So you only want one key phrase for each one, and then your other keywords as well. And I would actually recommend not using something like this, because I haven't gone through and optimized this site yet, but this will get deleted because it's really not a focus key phrase. We're not trying to rank for the keyword FAQ. And then it'll tell you underneath how well you're doing based on certain like analyses that it does. So in this case, since it's a frequently asked questions page, the key phrase won't necessarily be in the introduction, but in like typically the keyword that you want to be ranking for should be in the images on your page. It should be in the introduction as well. The length should be not too long, and the density should be pretty high, at least how many times it's found in your content. And then you also want it in your meta description and your title. And it'll tell you how well you're doing based on that. So the focus key phrase cupcakes is actually found only once in our FAQ, so we want to add that in more. Now, you can add the related key phrase here to add even more, and you can just keep adding keywords. Cornerstone content is what we talked about a little bit earlier, but the most important and extensive articles on your site. If you want to learn more about it, just click on here, but we can mark this as Cornerstone content. We're not going to, not for the time being at least. These are some prominent words that show up in the FAQ. So cake pops and cake, which is great, because that's two of our most important keywords. And that's like the very detailed analysis that you can do on each page. And you can edit the title here just by clicking on it, and it'll show up. And then it'll give you a length here as well. So if it's green, it's good. And you see if I add too much length to the title, it'll turn red, because it's bad. Because then the whole thing won't show up in Google. You'll get like a ... after this, or a ... after this. So let me find an example of a site that does it poorly. And it's pretty incredible how often people do it poorly. So if you just take a look at shoes.com, they have a ... there because they have not optimized their meta description for their homepage, which is pretty crazy. Granted, they have a great URL because it is shoes.com, but they have not optimized their meta descriptions. So obviously you want to do that so you don't make the same mistake as shoes.com. Then you do the same for your meta description, and it'll tell you if it gets too long as well. You can insert your snippet variables just like before. Once you're done, you'll just go up there and click save, but you're also able to change how this shows on Facebook. So you can select an image, you can choose the title, and you can choose the description as well. Right now it pulls the SEO title and the meta description, which is fine. But for Facebook, you don't really need to have this necessarily. You could just be like custom cakes, cake pops from 12 Oaks Desserts FAQ. Or you would just say 12 Oaks Desserts FAQ, because you're not necessarily doing keyword ranking on your Facebook post. Then, this is a little more advanced, but this basically says whether or not it can show in the search results. And that's about it. And then you just click update to actually change all this information. And you can do that for products and pages as well. But that's about it. Ultimately, the things to remember is that you want the keywords to show up in as many places as possible. The title, the SEO title, the meta description, the URL, and in your alt descriptions. And you can do that through the Yoast SEO plugin. And ultimately, the bulk tool editor that you find underneath the plugin is going to be your best friend, because it'll allow you to do everything very quickly. But if you want to get more detailed with certain products or pages, or if you have the time to do it, or if you are hiring like a consultant, for example, like us, we obviously are going to go in and optimize each page on its own and each product to get the biggest SEO impact. But that's it. As always, like and subscribe, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out or post below in the comments, and I or someone from the team will get back to you. Thanks.